So today we'll be studying second master record that is known as Machavoulu master. Now the name itself indicates that in this type of master record we'll be saving all the information about the material that a vendor sells us. Now for example, this vendor that we created in the last video. In this video, this vendor is selling us laptops because he is a computer manufacturer. So in the Machavoulu master, we will be including or we will be saving all the information about this material laptop. I'll tell you what kind of information is saved in the Machavoulu master. Okay. So the information like the short description about the product, the other dimensions like the weight, price per unit, then other dimensions of the product, for example, the color, the weight of the color, weight, other specifications, technical specifications of this product called laptop. This is just a logical explanation. Sorry, my bad. But a worldly definition of a Machavoulu master record, if they ask you in the interview that what is a Machavoulu master record or what is a Machavoulu master data, your answer should be that this is the enterprise's main source of material specific data. This data will include information on the materials that a company can procure, produce, store, or sell. Since there are different departments in an enterprise and each department works on some specific materials, they will enter different information regarding their material. So each user department has its own view of the material master record. The data screens that are used to create Machavoulu master can be divided into two categories. First is main data, second is the additional data. In main data, we can enter information like the base unit of measure. Now, for example, laptops we can buy into pieces. So the base unit of measure would be PC for laptop. And then the weight of the laptop. Then in purchasing data, we can enter information like the over tolerance and under tolerance. I'll explain this to you once we perform the exercise. While we perform the exercise, I'll explain it to you. Then accounting data such as standard price and moving average price. Standard price, you can say it's a fixed price. Moving average price is a price that is changing. Okay, a dynamic price, you can say, that keeps on changing as per the market. Now, second category in which a Machavoulu master record is divided is additional data. In additional data, okay, you can enter information like the short text of the material, that's short description, currency, etc. So now what I'll do is that I'll show you on the screen, on the SAP screen, that how to create a material master record basics, and then we will be performing the configuration. First of all, I would like to show you the menu path to create the Machavoulu master, logistics. Then under logistics, you will have material management. Materials management is always under logistics. That's because materials management is a functional area under logistics. So materials management, purchasing, master data, and then
Info record.
no, sorry. Just a second, there is something wrong. Material master. Materials master. See, materials manage logistics, materials management, material master, material, create, general. MM01 is to create the material. MM02 is to do the changes to the existing material. MM06 is to flag or unflag the material from deletion. MM03 is to display the existing material that we have created. Then MM04 is to display the changes that we have made to the material. And MM17 is for mass maintenance. That is the difference between this transaction MM02 and MM17 is in MM02 you'll be able to do the changes to one or single material master record. By MM17 you will be able to do the changes to multiple material master records. And MMAM is to change the material type. This I'll show to you while we do the configuration part. So let's get on with the basics, that is creation of the material master record and the other transactions involved. Go to material master record, sorry, then material master in MM01. We can either just hit enter by selecting this MM01 favorite, or else you can just type it over here in the command bar MM01 the T code, or you can double click MM01 the favorite over here. It's within the same. Enter. Industry sector. Industry sector means what? In which particular industry this material will be used? In aerospace and defense or beverage, chemical industry, food and related products, mechanical engineering, pharmaceuticals, plant engineering, construction, retailing, service provider, and so on. So for now, for practice purpose, we'll be using mechanical engineering industrial sector. And for practice purpose, we'll be using the material type that is FERT, that stands for finished product, because laptop is a finished product. Whereas the accessories of the laptops like keyboard or mouse or screen or hard drives, motherboards, these are chargers, batteries, these are raw materials. And I hit enter. Once I hit enter, you will be getting this screen that is known as select views. Now, if you notice something over here, you have the basic data 1, basic data 2 screen, which are compulsory, in which all the basic data of the material will be filled up. Then classification, it's not so mandatory. But if you notice that you have the sales org data also, you have the sales text also, the foreign trade export data also, foreign trade import data also, purchase order text also, MRP 1, 2, 3, 4 is also there, forecasting is also there, work scheduling is also there, production resources and tools are also there, warehouse management is also there, quality management is also there, accounting view is also there, costing view is also there. Why? Because all these respective departments, they maintain, or they maintain the material master. They fill up information according to their departmental view. For example, you have this view over here called warehouse management. So the warehouse people will also use this material master to fill up their data. And if you see over here, I have selected these views over here. Basic data 1, purchasing, general plant data storage 1, general plant data / storage 2, accounting 1 view. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These views are compulsory to be maintained. And if you see over here that these views are pre-selected, why? That is because I selected these line items like this, and I clicked on default values over here. If I want, I can just make them undefault or remove the default values. I clicked on default values, and that's the reason these views, which are mandatory, that's basic data 1, purchasing, general plant data / storage 1, general plant data / storage 2, and accounting view are default. That's because I've selected the line items by clicking this square and clicked on default values. So I can either hit enter now or click continue. Now, as I've selected these views only, after basic data 1 view, screen will not go to basic data 2. It will directly jump to purchasing. Because why? That's because I have selected purchasing view. So the screen from basic data 1 will directly go to purchasing. See this, I hit enter. Give our plant over here, enter our plant for the client on for whom we have established the enterprise structure. It's our CM1. Then the storage location of this client is RCN1. That's the main store. Enter or click this green check mark button to continue. You will get the basic data 1 screen. The system has already given a material number to this material master record, which you can just copy it over here. I hit enter. Now, once I hit enter, you see what will happen. The cursor will automatically blink in the field in which there is a check mark in a square. In whichever field there is a check mark in a square, that means that field is mandatory. So there's a thumb rule in SAP that after every step you have to hit enter so that the cursor will be blinking in the mandatory fields. Enter. See. This field is mandatory, so the cursor is blinking in this field. Give a description to this material. Laptops. If I hit enter now, the cursor will blink into the base unit of measure field in general data subscreen. Why? That is because this field is having a check mark in a square symbol. That means this field is mandatory. See this. Enter. I click the search button over here. It will give me a huge selection of base unit of measure. See. Can add PC over here, pieces. Material group. Okay. What kind of a material this is? What kind of a material this is? In which group you can put this material? Now, this material is computer systems, so I'll just put it into computer systems over here. 00020. Enter. Enter the purchasing group that you created for this client, Roy C. It's RC6. Enter. So now, if I hit enter, if there are any mandatory fields in the purchasing screen, the cursor will blink in that field. Otherwise this, when I hit enter, it will go to the other screen, which I have pre-selected in the views, not to the foreign trade import. See, from purchasing it directly went to plant data storage 1. Over here, see, from purchasing it didn't go to foreign trade, it directly went to plant data slash storage 1. Why? Because I have pre-selected these views only. After purchasing, I've pre-selected plant data storage 1. That's the view I've selected. I'll hit enter. If there is any mandatory field, the cursor will blink in that mandatory field, or else it will jump to another screen. Per plant data storage 2. Nothing over here. No mandatory fields. I hit enter. Yes. Over here, I have to give my valuation class. Valuation class is RCM1. RCM1 is my valuation class. Why? That is because while creating the enterprise structure, I gave the valuation class as RCM1. RCM1. I can show it to you on the screen over here. Let me just create another session. Valuation class, define OMSK. Go to valuation class. Position. C. While doing the MMFI integration, I have set up this as my valuation class. In my last video, while doing the MMFI integration, I've set up the valuation class as RCM1. Why? Because a valuation class is known, a plant is known as a valuation class when it comes to FI. A plant is known as a valuation class when it comes to FI. So over here, when I click on the valuation class search button, the valuation class over here is showing as RCM1. Price control. Price control is standard price. Why? Because it's a finished material. For material type ROH, that's raw material. The price control should be moving average price. That's moving average price, which is indicated by V. For finished goods, that's FERT, the price control should be standard price. So enter the standard price over here. Let's say I charge 100, the vendor, is charging, the vendor that we created over here in the last video, this vendor is charging us 100 euros for one laptop. So 100 euros per unit. 100 euros is the price per unit. Hit enter, save, save. So in the status bar, you will see that this material has been created. See, 1678. So this was all about the creation of a material master record. Okay, now let's say, for example, all of a sudden you decide that you want to add something or delete something. That means you want to do some changes to the material master. You will use this T code MM02. As this is the last material master you have created, so this material number will be reflecting in the material field. Enter. The views that you made defaults will be pre-selected. Just hit enter. Enter your plant RCM1 storage location. That's it. Hit enter. Now, what changes you can make over here? Let's say go back. If you want, you can change the material group, or let's say you can add the old material number. Y- Old material number means see, you often have to update these master records. So sometimes you might need to change this material number because of some kind of upgrades by the vendor. So the old material, this is the new material number 1678. Old material number might be 1678K, something like that. Okay, you can add division weight of the laptop. Let's say one gross weight will be, let's say, 1 kg. Okay, weight unit. This is only it's only showing me square centimeter because it's a training server. You can use kg, type it manually. It's a training server. Net weight would be around, let's say, just an example, 500 grams. Okay. Size will be what? 14 inches. Hit enter. I give it 2 kg over here and 1 kg over here. Okay. I hit enter. Now in the purchasing view, your base unit of measure is pieces. So it's not compulsory that the order unit will be something else. Order unit will be, let's say, into boxes. Okay. Order unit will be, let's say, into what order unit will be into cartons, let's say CR. In one carton, you can just activate the variable unit of measure. In one carton, let's say you have 10 pieces. One carton, you have 10 pieces. Okay. Then hit enter. This carton unit is not taking up because it's a training server. It's giving me only one, showing me only one unit of measure. But you can add cartons over here and add the data that one carton should contain 10 pieces. Hit enter. Then let's say unit of issue. If you're issuing this, or if you, that means if you're supplying this material to any of the departments of the company, it should be supplied into, again, let's say pieces. Okay, you can add over here pieces, enter. So this should not be same. It says this is the alternate unit of measure is the same as the base unit of measure. It should not be the same. It should be like say you're issuing it to your plant into cartons. So if you can just set up as CR over here, cartons. Over here again, it's a training server, so it's giving me only one unit of measure, that's square centimeter. But in the real-time server, you will have it. Enter. Weight is fine. Net weight is fine. That we've added 14 inches is the size. Okay. And again, hit enter. Here, if you want, you can change the price to price per unit to 200 euros. Okay, it's not allowing me to change right now because it's a training server. So hit enter, save it. So now in the status bar, it will show material 1678 has been changed. Now to display the material, you can use the T code MM03. This is the material that you have created the latest material. So that's why it's reflecting over here. Enter. The views will be pre-selected. That's because I've made them my default views by clicking this button. Enter. I'll enter my plant. I'll enter my storage location. Sorry. So over here, if you see that the fields are not active because it has just opened in the display mode. In simple words, it is just opening in the read only mode. Enter, 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 enter. That's all. Do you want to exit this material? Yes. Go back to /n. Type /n to go back to the standard SAP screen or the SAP Easy Access screen. Now you want to display the changes that you have made to the material. You can use the T code MM04. MM04. This is the material that I've created. The plant, I just enter my plant over here for my client, that is, which I've made in the enterprise structure, that's RCM1. And click execute this button, this clock, or you can hit F8 on the keyboard. Says program terminated at the status bar. It's because it's the ABAP dictionary error. Just a minute. Do a lot of configurations. That's the reason my ABAP dictionary becomes full. So I just have to log in every time. It's no big deal. Okay. Material master records, material master. So we'll use MM04 to display the changes that we have made to the material. MM04, give the material 1678, enter your material 1678 and the plant, that's RCM1, and click this clock, that's execute. That's the execute button, or you can hit F8 on the keyboard. You can hit F8 on the keyboard or hit the execute button. You can see the changes. You can see the T codes that I've used over here. To create the material master, I have used MM01. I've created the material master on this date. And to do the changes, at this time I've created the material master. Name is SAP user, that's me. To do the changes, I've used the T code MM02. On this date, I've made the changes. At this time, I've made the changes. Let's see what changes I've made. Select this line item, click on details. It will show you over here. Gross weight, old value was 0, new is 2 kg. Weight, old value was blank, new value I put it kg. Old material number was blank, new value, that means I added this data, new value, that's 1678K, that's the old material number value. Size dimensions, previously when I made the material the old value is 0, but then by going to mm02 I added the data, that's 14 inches. Size dimensions, net weight, it was 0 while creating the material master, that's the old value. New value, I added this data, that's 1 kg, okay, by going to mm02. Variable purchase unit active, I activated this by going to mm02. That's why new value is 1, old value is black. Go back, go to mm01 line item, click choose. See, go back to to the standard SAP screen by /n in the command bar. Now you can flag or unflag the material for deletion. Just like you can flag the vendor for deletion, you can and unflag the vendor from deletion, you can also flag the material for deletion and unflag the material from deletion by going to the T code, that's MM06. MM06. Okay, just enter your material, that's 1678, plant, storage location, RCN1, and hit enter. You can flag this material from deletion for deletion at the plant level, that is RCM1. You by check marking this. You can flag this material for only storage location also, that's RCN1. And depending on all the data that you have filled up, valuation type, sales organization, warehouse, storage, and storage type. Finally, check mark this over here, material, and click save. It will give you a warning. Deletion flags are changed at lower levels. How to understand whether the message is a warning? You will have this box with a yellow color box with an exclamation that will indicate that this message is just a warning. A warning, when it comes to a warning, you can proceed further by hitting enter. When it comes to an error, you have to resolve it. Only then you'll be able to proceed. Hit enter. In the status bar, it's showing the message now, deletion flags changed. So now let's do one thing. Let's do the testing. Click create new session. Just go to PO creation, ME21N, just like last time we did in case of a vendor master record. Give into the vendor that we created yesterday. In the last lecture, I mean to say, sorry. hit enter. Enter the purchasing organization for the client Roy C, for whom we made the enterprise structure, purchasing group for that client Roy C, and company code for the client Roy C. In the item overview section over here, just enter your material number, enter, and hit enter. In the status bar at the bottom, you'll see material 1678, sorry, flagged for deletion. You can expand it. You can expand the error by clicking on that error message. Material 1678 flagged for deletion. Message number 1, message number MA051. Diagnosis: the material master record you entered is flagged for deletion. You cannot enter such a material record number. Procedure: you cannot continue your current processing with this material master record. Why? Because we have flagged this material for deletion. So go back to the standard SAP screen by typing /n in the command bar, and let's unflag it. Let's remove it from deletion. Have to do it by using the same T code MM06. Enter the material number, plant, storage location. Hit enter. Now, whatever you check marked over here, whatever you tick marked over here, whatever you ticked over here to flag the material for deletion, just remove all the checks. Or just remove this check mark from this material. The system is not allowing you to remove the rest, and save. Save. And once you save it, to cross check whether all the deletion flags are removed, go to MM06, enter your material, plant, and storage location, hit enter. See, all those check marks will be removed. Hit save. Now, go back to the PO creation screen for testing. MA21N. Enter your vendor, purchasing organization, company code, the material. See, now it's allowing you to proceed with the further steps. When you entered the material previously, that's 1678, it gave the message at the status bar that this material is flagged for deletion. But now you removed all the flags from deletion. You removed the material from deletion, or you unflagged the material from deletion. That's why it's allowing you to proceed to the next step, and it's saying that in the status bar, enter the plant. So this is your flagging and unflagging the material from deletion. Next, next scenario is enter the storage locations collectively by the T code MMSC. That means you can assign multiple storage locations to this material. Not only this, but you have to check not only these storage locations, but you have to check now. Enter your material and plant, and in the list control, you can either select list all existing storage locations and then or else list only those storage locations which are extendable. That means list extendable storage locations only. That means to which storage location can be assigned to this material for storage of this material. First, we'll see the list of the existing storage locations. So select this, enter. Right now it's only one. Let's go back. Let's see the list of the extendable storage locations only now. You can see, click the search box. See, all these storage locations are available. We can extend the storage locations. That means we can store a material 1678 in any of these three storage locations. RCN1, RCN2, RCN3. You can select it, save. So in this way, you can have multiple storage locations for one material. You want to pull up the list of materials that you have created, material master. So go to MM60 code, MM60. Enter your material. Right now, I just have one material. If I have a list of material, the first material will be my from material that I created, and the last material will be my to material. From which plant to which plant, from which material type to which material type. Over here, I have selected FERT, finished goods. FERT stands for finished goods. Execute or hit F8 on the keyboard. Right now, I just have one material created. That's why I've just put the from entries. From material, from plant, from material type. And I executed it. You want to see the details, click this line item, click details. See, it will show you everything. Material, number, for which plant, the material is assigned, material description, when was the last change happened on the material, what is the material type, what is the material group, base unit of measure, purchasing group, valuation class, price control, price per material, currency, price unit, created by whom, that's SAP user, that's me. So this was about the basics of the material master record. In the next class, we'll learn about the material master configuration.